Welcome to the Corn Corner. I'm Cam Damage.
And I'm Wicked Wren.
And I'm going to tell my most embarrassing story I can think of, because there's probably a lot of them, but my memory has probably erased them because they're so embarrassing.
I'm going to laugh at Cam. Not the story, at Cam specifically. As you know, we released my most embarrassing story, so we thought it would only be fair to release Cam's most embarrassing story.
Or the first I can think of, on short
This is the most embarrassing story that's ever happened.
Ever. All right, diving
hear
in.
it.
Here we go. When I was a kid and through my adolescence, I had this thing that you may remember me talking about before called cyclic vomiting syndrome.
God.
So it's a condition that comes alongside migraines oftentimes, which I also had really bad. But it's the same exact thing, just with nausea and vomiting.
Don't make me laugh at this.
So this would lead to me throwing up a lot. Cyclically, some would say, as the name would suggest. So some of the highlights of that one are one time I was at a restaurant with my family. It was a nice restaurant. Everyone was dressed up. It was a big table, bigger than we're used to. At Applebee's, they take a family of 6 and slam you in a booth with dad in a chair on the end or something. But This was large table. Very nice things that we ordered. I was in a blue velvet dress or something at the time.
Sounds like a bad time.
Yeah. And I don't know what occurred, because usually the vomiting thing would happen when I was stressed and stuff, which I was a lot in life and continue to be. But the night ended with me vomiting on my plate, straight on it. And it was everything I ate. And it was solid. It kept form. You know what I mean? And
oh my God.
No one knew what to do. So my one sister and maybe my mom put garnishes from everyone's plate on top of it to hide it. And then the waiter took it away and no one said anything. So that was something. And I really wonder what that looked like at the back of the house.
Oh my God. That's fucking disgusting.
Another highlight of cyclic vomiting syndrome. One time I was on a Southern California road trippy thing with my family. And we went to see the Hearst Castle? ? I was eating candy in the back of the car. I don't know why. Windy roads. I remember I had a blue candy cane specifically, but I don't think it was around Christmas. It may have been.
Weird.
But how they make the different color ones? I had a blue one.
I'm aware.
Anyway, so vomit one was getting out of the car when we got there and immediately puking blue all over the parking lot.
Jesus.
But because everyone was so used to it, we were just whoop, move it along, left that blue pile there and kept going. Did the tour thing.
Pile.
Yeah. It was a puddle, whatever. Anyway, did the whole tourist experience, left, and then we were driving back to wherever we were staying or whatever. More windy roads. I had apparently eaten more since then. Maybe we had lunch after the Hearst tour. I don't know. But I had to throw up in the car. And pulling over was not an option.
Oh my.
So
why?
I don't know. I don't remember specifics like that.
Did you say something like, hey, I need to throw up?
I think I was probably too scared to be, because I hate being, one of my biggest fears is being an imposition.
Yeah.
And inconveniencing people.
Yeah, but this is your family.
We're not going to get that deep into it.
This is not I
think I was scared to bring it up, and I had already thrown up, and I didn't want to be no, I'm throwing up again.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I threw up in a hat and tried to keep it stealth, I guess.
Oh my God.
But it was a fisherman's hat,
Jesus.
which means it had holes, rivet holes in the sides.
Fucking God.
So that didn't work.
Oh my God.
And then I think I tried to put it in a backpack because it needed to be contained.
Oh,
so I
God.
and I don't remember what the fallout from that was, but I do remember that part of it.
Oh my God. Whose backpack was it?
I mean, probably one of my parents or something.
That is wild.
I feel it was. I remember it being a black JanSport. I
Did you just throw it away?
Probably. I would assume
God,
so.
this is brutal.
And then the last one, which isn't actually the most embarrassing one, I don't think. It's
my
just
God.
funny mental imagery. And this isn't the last of the vomits, to be clear.
I hope it is.
A life of them I have had. But at Universal Studios with the fam, and the thing happened. Like when you get a migraine, you get an aura of like, oh God, like it's coming on. You know what I mean? That same thing happens with cyclic vomiting syndrome, and you're like, oh, like we got to get to somewhere. So like my mom is like rushing me to the bathroom to like hopefully get there. Don't get there. Instead, like projectile in front of like entire groups of families who are outside the bathroom area, but like with mom still trying to move me like towards the bathroom. So it's like
Like a dog.
yeah,
That's like,
yeah. So it's like past these families.
oh my God.
And I'm sure she was like, I'm sorry, or like she just didn't. It was past that by that point, and she was just like, they've seen the same shit.
Oh my
It's a theme
God.
park. So that was a whole thing. But you know, we always rallied.
we. Oh my God. And you really outgrew that.
Yeah, it does. Like it's a very adolescent thing.
Yeah.
Like it's childhood to adolescence. And then it just like stops. Same with
Wow.
migraines. Cause I get them like twice a year maybe.
Yeah.
But not the cyclic vomiting thing.
Wow.
It was
What
crazy.
a mortifying thing.
That California road trip with the Hearst Castle thing, I threw up like 25 times.
God.
Like something insane. And like now my sister's gonna watch this and be like, oh yeah, totally. Like
They had to have smelled it in the car.
I probably smelled like puke all the time. Like who fucking knows? I was such a little weirdo.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine like at
so
school?
random.
Yeah. Like I would just puke like at school. Like I remember in kindergarten getting there and just being like, bleh. And them having to do the sawdust
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And like whatever. And like no shit, I didn't have friends. Like I
Yeah.
was walking into class and puking and then like
Hey,
yeah.
Wow.
So
Well,
I don't think it compares to gene chains. I would rather puke in front of a mall of people than have de-pants myself on 5-6 foot length gene chains.
myself. Wow. Well, does that keep you up at night sometimes when you think about it?
My stuff?
Yeah. You know, there's some family that's doing a podcast right now.
Talking about that time.
We saw
Yeah.
some
I think
poor
about
kid.
just puking their guts out. I think about the restaurant one more than any. Like that's the most vivid in my head just because I've been a server and,
Yeah.
and if I were to be that and then go clear the plates in the back of house and it was just
I'd like to move on from this segment.
any other questions?
No.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, thank you, Cyclic Vomiting Awareness, for sponsoring us, the foundation.
I
you know,
feel sick.
yeah. And now we're gonna go eat lunch.
Oh God.
Stew, meat stew. Like and subscribe.
As you know, we released my most embarrassing story, so we only thought that it would be
Fair.
fair